Hi everyone, in this video we'll be taking a look at how you can use our new Learning Hub for this coming academic year. In this video we'll take a look at the following areas: logging in and accessing your account, the Learning Hub dashboard, student resources, adaptive and non-adaptive content, and the communicator function. On enrollment to our Learning Hub, an email will be sent from postmaster@mg.rapso.com per subject inviting you to the hub. For every subject you've been enrolled in, you'll get an individual email. And the first time you click the link in this email, you'll be brought to the Learning Hub where you'll be asked to set your password. Your user ID on the Learning Hub is your registered email address, and the password is the one that you set the first time you log in. If you're a returning student, you'll notice that this is a different approach from our previous academic years. The Learning Hub is not accessed through the Chartered Accountants Ireland website. To access the Learning Hub, you'll need to follow the link in the emails or access learninghub.charteredaccountants.ie/learner. Please note that if you're trying to access the Learning Hub before the account has been created, you won't be able to log in. So keep an eye out for those enrollment emails from Postmaster. Once you receive those emails, you'll know that your account has been created. The first time you log into the Learning Hub, you'll be asked to review the policies that are in place with our Learning Hub, so please take a look at those before you progress. Student enrollments are done at different times of the academic year, so if you're a CAP 1 student looking at this video, you'll know that content is released to you on the 20th of September. However, CAP 2 and FE, that enrollment date is later in October, so please take a look at the PDF timetables on the Chartered Accountants Ireland website, and this will tell you when you'll get access to the Learning Hub for your courses. I've now enrolled onto the Learning Hub, and here you can see on my dashboard I have two subjects, CAP 1 Management Accounting and CAP 1 Law RY. We'll be taking a look at these first, and we'll look at how you access your content when you're on the dashboard. So if I want to look at CAP 1 Law, for example, all I need to do is click on this subject stack, and it will show all of the sessions within this particular subject. At CAP 1 Law, there's an introduction session that I must complete before I can access the rest of the content. This introduction session will discuss what's covered in this subject, how to use the sessions, and because this is an adaptive subject, I'll also have a module here explaining adaptive learning so I can understand it before I begin a session. To close out of the stack, I just simply click on the close button here, and it will bring me back to the dashboard. On the left-hand side, you can see student resources, notes, and communicator, and we'll look at those later. On the top right, you can see my profile, and you can also see any notifications I have for this particular account. All of our textbooks have been digitized this academic year in either PDF format or the powerful ebook functionality within our Learning Hub. Within each session, you'll find the relevant chapter of the textbook for that particular subject, but if you want to look at the full textbook, you can simply check out student resources. Within student resources, here we can see the textbook for this particular student. So I have my law textbooks, and I also have my management accounting textbook, and then I have the student technical handbook as well. You may have noticed that CAP 1 Law has a tag called Adaptive CAP 1. Adaptive learning is a powerful new system that we're using at CAP 1 for CAP 1 Law and CAP 1 Finance. Adaptive learning is covered on the Chartered Accountants Ireland website, and we also have a definition in the policies that you must review before you access the content. However, in short, adaptive learning allows us to customize the user's journey through the content based off of that user's particular understanding and mastery of the content. So if a student comes into an adaptive course with no knowledge, the system will provide that student with more learning resources. However, if a student comes in with a lot of knowledge on that particular subject, they can set themselves as an expert in that subject, and the system will then try and gauge if that's true by asking the student questions. This system is an incredibly powerful tool to really customize your learning journey through the content. And we think CAP 1 students this year will really resonate with this content, but we'll let you explore it on the 20th of September when you look at CAP 1 Law and CAP 1 Finance. The non-adaptive subjects then at CAP 1 are Management Accounting, Financial Accounting, and Tax. They're more like your traditional learning experience where you'll see slides and recordings and you'll have question banks. On the dashboard, you'll notice there's a section here called Notes and Communicator. Let's take a look at that now. Within Communicator, this is where I'll find the forms, notes, and my calendar. Let's take a look at each one individually. The discussion forums are here to support you through your learning, and here's where you can ask questions of your lecturers based on the particular subject you're in. Here you can see there's different discussion forum for each of the sessions at Cap 1 Law. You can see here there's a forum for the toolkit questions, and there's also a webinar forum here as well. So this is where you'll be able to engage with your lecturers. You might even find that some students might respond to your post as well if they are having similar experiences as well, or they might know the answer to your question. Below the form, I can see any notes that I've taken on the content of Cap 1. Here you can see for Cap 1 Management Accounting Session 1, I've created a note just on some useful terms I found in the session. By clicking on this link here, it'll bring me back directly to that particular session. So it's a great way to bookmark content for you. Under the notes, I then have the calendar section. Each course has its own calendar for any webinar events that are taking place or any events that are relevant to that particular subject. Each student will then have their own personal calendar as well, where they'll be able to make events. Say, if you want to make your own study guide, here's where you'll be able to create those events on your calendar. I'm now looking at the law calendar, and I'm setting it to the monthly view. Here you can see that there is a Cap 1 Law webinar on the 25th of September. When I click on this event, it will bring up the event information, including what's covered in this webinar, the lectures that are in place, and also the registration link for this particular webinar. Clicking on this link will ask me to register for this webinar, and there I'll be asked to fill in a variety of different informations for that particular webinar. I hope you found this guide useful on how to use the Learning Hub, and best of luck in your studies in this academic year.